Hey guys, it is that time of the week again, and not just any time. Today is Good Friday, a day of deep reflection, reverence, and yes, a reminder of the greatest sacrifice ever made.
That's right. Good Friday commemorates the death of Jesus on Calvary, the place just outside the walls of Jerusalem where he was crucified. For many Christians, it's a sacred day of prayer, quiet devotion, and gratitude.
But beyond the solemnity, Good Friday is also a personal journey for millions where silence speaks volumes and reflection renews our hope. So today, while we carry the spirit of the season in our hearts, we're also here to bring you love, light, and a little joy to your screen with another TGIF edition of E-Splash, baby.
Yes,
and
yes,
I'm
yes.
also going to say that, so to my fellow Catholics, tomorrow's the last day of fast. You can have the floor.
Did you fast, by the way?
I did. Well, you don't have to know. It's none of your concern. It's my personal relationship with God, you know. I used to talk to him, he used to talk to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, think of this as God's way of saying you have made it through another week. You have done well. And what better way to wrap up the week than with good music, feel-good moments, and a vibe that hits the soul. This Friday, let's celebrate the highs and the lows, the wins and the lessons in the only way we know how, in style.
You already know, like King OJ will say. Now I'm beginning to quote OJ. And he doesn't give motivation. Anyway, we've got the perfect playlist to lift your spirits, get you dancing, you know, set the tone for the weekend ahead. And whether you're chilling at home or out and about, you can join the show live at our website, www.tvcentertainment.tv. And don't forget to follow the vibes on our Instagram fan page at @eSplash_TVC. That being said, allow me reintroduce myself. My name is Catherine. You all know me as Lady Cat, her royal hotness. Queen Cat, let me do Shakara. Queen Cat, her royal hotness. Kit Kat, the person, not the chocolate, because chocolate and caramel, ooh. Kitty Kata, Kate of the Kate Cruise. And today you can call me Kate Ankara.
Wow. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to keep it simple today. You already know it's Big J, Big P, J Money. You already know we're getting it lit today on Good Friday.
Yes,
are you ready?
we are. I am very ready. I was born ready.
Let's go.
Okay, guys, you know it's Friday and we've got the perfect way to kick off your weekend.
We're going straight into the entertainment news. And yes, we saw Fireboy there with that classic jam.
You had to take off your shades.
Right, I had to. And that means Fireboy, as we said earlier, is in the news. And first up on the entertainment news, Fireboy stands out in landmark Royal Albert Hall concert. Nigerian Afrobeat singer Adedamola Oyinlola Adefolahon, also known as Fireboy, thrilled fans at his London concert. The concert, which held at the Royal Albert Hall on April 16, saw Fireboy dazzle fans with a rendition of his hit singles, including songs from his self-titled fourth album, Adedamola. This concert is the first of his tour for his last album, Adedamola, which had Grammy-nominated Afrobeat star Seun Kuti and legendary Nigerian musician and saxophonist Lagbaja. In 2022, Fireboy became the first Afrobeat star to perform at the main event of the BET Awards. He also performed Peru alongside Ed Sheeran in Wembley Stadium, thus making him the first Afrobeat star to perform in the 80,000 capacity venue. Following his recent concert at the Royal Albert Hall, Fireboy was presented with a plaque that features the list of notable artists to have headlined the iconic venue. Fireboy now joins Wizkid, Adele, Elton John, Rihanna, Frank Sinatra, Ed Sheeran, David Bowie, Jay-Z, Jimi Hendrix, and other iconic personalities are stars to have graced the Royal Albert Hall.
Congratulations to Fireboy. This is a great fit. This was interesting to watch. I watched different performances and it was lovely. But one of the parts that trended of this particular concert was the proposal. So a fan came on stage and while he was singing, the fan proposed to his girlfriend. And that went viral because that is also a testament to the fact that Fireboy resonates with his fans. And if you're not reachable or you're not one to allow your fans do such things, then you don't have time for your fans. But you can see the place was sold out. He got the plaque, like you said earlier at the start of the show. And I'm just glad that he's getting the flowers he deserves because Fireboy is another person who does he have any bad songs? He has like really nice songs.
He has no bad songs.
Yeah.
He's been doing this for a long time,
Long
especially off his
time.
album LFG.
Yep.
Before now. So it's a situation where we say it's about time.
Exactly.
You know, Fireboy is worldwide. He's not worldwide. Even when he did his collaboration with Madonna, you know, he talked about that
No,
as
that
well.
was one of the most talked about topics back then.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves every flowers that he gets. I mean, also, we saw the support from other Afrobeat stars as well. Ayo Maaf surprised him.
Yep.
It was really good to see Lil Kesh as well was on stage with him. So, yeah, he deserves all of this and more, and hope we get to see him perform more on the outside where he, you know, he deserves all the accolades.
Yes,
well.
I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait for maybe December, his performance. Will he have a show or not? Let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right, it's still on the entertainment news. Portable vows to arrest anyone who defames him. Controversial Nigerian singer Habib Okikiola Badmus, popularly known as Portable, has issued a stern warning to the public, declaring that he will ensure the arrest of anyone who defames him moving forward. The warning comes shortly after the Zazu Krona was arrested and briefly remanded at the Okekura Correctional Center in Ilorin, Kwara State, over a petition filed by legendary Fuji artist Saheed Osupa. The petition accused Portable of criminal defamation, character assassination, and other related charges. He was released on bail after the complainant withdrew the case. In a now viral video, Portable stated emphatically that he has learned from his recent legal experience and will not hesitate to retaliate using the law if anyone attempts to malign or damage his reputation. I quote, "Whoever talks bad about me or defames me will be arrested. They have done it to me and I will do it to anybody too. There is no mercy," Portable declared. And I can imagine that in his voice because I listened to that video and I'm like, ah.
They don't teach Portable new thing, no. They don't teach him.
You don't learn.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. I mean, but well, he's well in his rights to say that. But I was saying this to OJ earlier this week, and I said, you know, are we going to see a case where Portable is going to mellow down and not, you know, be a nuisance because of this whole situation that just happened with Saheed Osupa? I think it's just the beginning
of more.
It's the monster we made.
Exactly.
Yeah. So today he actually goes head to head with what's his other Speed Darlington. They have a boxing match today.
See, I'm not looking forward to that thing. You know they did one last year, himself and Charles Okocha. Yeah. Was it last year or 2 years ago? And now him and Speed Darlington. Talking about Speed Darlington, he had his concert, I think, over the weekend last week, and he arrived in a coffin.
How many people were at that concert?
I have no idea. I only saw the red carpet video. I didn't see the concert videos, but from what I could see, he had a blast in the coffin.
Yeah, by himself.
Yes.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on straight to the next entertainment news. And next up, Justin Bieber denies reports of being millions in debt. Canadian pop sensation Justin Bieber has broken his silence following recent reports that he is millions of dollars in debt, dismissing the claims as baseless and sensationalized. In a statement released by his team, the 31-year-old singer labeled the stories as clickbait stupidity fueled by unnamed disgruntled individuals. He says, and I quote, "This is just clickbait stupidity based on unnamed and clearly ill-informed sources. Disappointed that they no longer work with Justin," end quote, the statement read. The denial comes after the Hollywood Reporter published an article quoting an alleged former team member who claimed Bieber was struggling financially. The report surfaced amid the indefinite cancellation of his Justice World Tour, which was first postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic and later again in 2022, following Bieber's diagnosis with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a condition that caused temporary facial paralysis. Despite the speculation, Justin Bieber's team emphasized that the pop star remains focused on his well-being and future.
Can they just let Bieber rest? Like, I do not get it. First, the pictures of him going through a lot surfaced, and they said he was on drugs. And he had to come out to refute that, saying that he has been sober for a long time. His sobriety journey has taken it serious, and he just wants to be there for his wife and his child. And then now this, like, They should just let the young man rest. They should just let him live his life.
I mean, he's fooling the reports as well because he's behaving erratically. The pictures don't do justice to it because he doesn't look, you know, especially very well.
But we know he's sick and he has Ramsay Hunt syndrome.
Is he still?
Well, he's in recovery, they say.
Oh, well, I mean...
So we're just going to wait for him to recover and we wish him the very best. We wish him recovery because his fans cannot wait to attend his concerts, especially the ones that were cancelled. They can't wait to see him perform back on stage.
Yeah.
And with that, we wrap up the entertainment news in preparation of the With Chude Live event, guys. We were on ground to have a first look at what to expect from the live experience, featuring Bovi, Funke Akindele, Chimamanda Adichie, Pastor Jerry Eze, and more. So take a look, after which we'll be back with our guests. But first, let's go to the market to make some money.
My name is Koinsola Olukoya, popularly known as the Global Media Girl, and you are watching With Chude Live Press Conference. This is a concert that has not been done anywhere in Nigeria or in Africa. This is the first of its kind. We have the press conference here, and this press conference is going to answer all the questions that you might have about this concert.
What makes this different is, I mean, literally that it has never been done before. You know, to have live interviews upstage. It's not a conference, not a motivational speaking event. It's an interview conversation.
You work hard.
Yes. Very first episode we published, 2020, was with, it was on TVC as well, was with Toyin Abraham. And Toyin Abraham shared for the very first time, and she has never talked about it since a new TV show, if I remember, about how she booked herself into a hotel to kill herself.
I was not sure of what I have or who I am.
I remember that one of the first comments I saw on my page was, you know, I was going to do the same thing tomorrow, and then I saw this interview. My guests know that I will protect them, you know, so I am there. They're not just come to share their stories. I am there with the microphone to protect my guests, you know. And I'm protecting them because, like I've been saying, they are doing a service. And I want to honor their service.
Bad times will come. You just have to let it go. You're human. The question is, do you want to die for the bad time? Yes. Okay, let the bad time swallow you. Yes.
Most time the conference organizer is just making the conference speaker on the day of the event. No, I spent hours with Funke, I spent hours with Jerry, I spent money.
We want people to come in and experience, you know, the way you go to any other concert and you like the experience, you like what you see, the lights, everything. We want you to have such immersive experience.
My name is Jennifer Myro and I am the COO of Joy Incredible Limited. Today and I work very closely to curate the With Chude TV show, podcast, and a host of other things. And he and I are partners. And we are happy to be hosting you guys at With Chude Live on April 27th.
So there you have it, the press conference of With Chude Live, guys. Lady Cat, a real hotness, was here, and that's it. See you at the event.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's still E-Splash. You already know how we do. We keep it locked. And we already promised you our first guest. Our first guest this afternoon is a Zimbabwean-born British rapper. In 2024, his song Pink Lemonade, Street Reload with Mr. Reload, it went viral on TikTok as a sound, and it was used by multiple social media influencers and artists, and it gained recognition for both of them. It also appeared in the TikTok Billboard Top 50 official charts and Spotify Viral 50 Hits playlist in over 30 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome to the show, Leo State.
Great to have you
How'd you
here.
like that intro?
It was cold.
It was cold.
I like it.
How you doing, man?
I'm great. How you
First
feeling?
time in Nigeria.
Welcome to the
Why?
show.
Thank you for having me.
Why is your first time in Nigeria?
Time, man. But I have to make sure I come. I have to make sure I come
You
to
have
Nigeria.
to come back.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Cool. How's it going?
It's great. It's hot out here though, compared to the UK. The UK is cold, but out here is hot.
But you need some heat.
Yeah, I need it because the UK, it's too cold.
But the weather in the UK is actually very epileptic.
Yeah. That's what we don't like.
All right, so let's start with your name, Leo Stay Trill. How did you come about that name?
Well, my name is Leo, and I feel like I'm just someone that's really big on loyalty, like as a person. Like just me outside of music, just from when I was born to now, I've always just been big on loyalty and relationships. So staying true to me is basically being true to yourself and being real to others. So true and real is true, and then Leo Stay True. It's just something I live by, you know, to just stay true to myself and be real to other people.
Nice.
So
That's fly.
Yeah,
That's actually
sounds
fly.
lovely.
I
Okay, so
appreciate it.
let's talk about the rap music and drill, actually. Drill music, drill rap has been a thing that has been underground for a while, and then now it's become mainstream. And Nigerians are actually picking up on it real fast as
Yes,
well.
they are.
We've had collaborations, you know, lots of collaborations. Ashake has collaborated, you know, with Central C
Yeah.
and all that. We've seen it been on the rise for so long, and then you're doing this now. You're bringing this to the forefront as well. How long did you start it? How did it start for you? And how's the journey been so far for you?
Well, my journey's been a bit like strange because it's like, since I was like 4 years old, I've always wanted to rap and I've always been rapping. Like, I think it was just a matter of time for when it becomes a real thing, you know what I mean? But I feel like it really started for me in 2020 when I did a challenge for a big YouTuber, an artist called KSI.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
I did a freestyle challenge for him in 2020 and I ended up coming second place.
Oh,
and
nice.
that just opened everyone's eyes to who I was. Then a year later, I got noticed by ITV and I went on The Voice Kids, the TV show. And I got to the finals for that as well. And then between 2021 and 2023, I was just really working on myself and putting out music and just recording and finding myself. And obviously it was just a thing of finding myself because I'm still young, you know what I mean? And then
Are you?
He's just tall.
but when it got to like 2023, that's when I really had my first song, Honey Bun. And then from then, I just kept
just
going.
went,
And now, yeah.
Nice.
Literally.
Okay, so how's it been since then? Because we see a lot of young people start doing music, rap, singing, and some of them have to juggle school with music. But then on the other hand, this now leads to family support. Some families are not supportive. They tell you you have to first finish school and put music aside. When you're done with school, you come back to do your rap or your singing. But then there are also families that are very supportive and would support you. Sometimes you even see the parents being the managers, taking their kids everywhere, going everywhere, paying for everything. So how's your family been? How are they taking this Leo Stay Trill?
They've taken it very well. To be honest, I've never really had any issues with my family when it comes to music. Obviously, as parents, they're always going to want the best for you. You know, it's not like they're hating or anything. It's just they don't want you to take a risk as big as music and it doesn't work out and now my son isn't in the place that he should be. But my mom and my dad were all willing to take the risk. Obviously it's difficult because you're going against grandmas and great grandmas, generations before, but they stuck with it and now they're incredibly happy, you know, like there's no complaints. So I'm just grateful that my family was supportive.
I mean, we have a lot to ask you,
Yes, we
especially
do.
about your trip.
Please, I have questions about that video.
Right.
Who's Selena and why are you telling her by Felicia? Because you named the whole song Selena.
Yeah.
Please tell us about Selena.
There's no one, I don't know anyone good Selena. It just sounded good.
Oh, okay.
nice.
I promise.
So quickly, before we talk about your stay in Nigeria and what you're here to do, you have 2 nominations at Mobile Awards.
Yep.
The first category is Newcomer, and another category,
Song of the year.
Song
Song
of the Year.
Yeah.
Big one.
How do you feel about that?
I feel honored because last year I went to the Mobos, and no one knew who I was at all. I was 17 and no one knew who I was. I was just there, just watching everything happen. And then fast forward to this year when I went to the Mobos and I got to perform, got nominated as Best Newcomer and Song of the Year. It was just a blessing to be there and actually be recognized for once.
Amazing.
Yes,
Well done.
so
Thank
on
you.
our show today, we talked about Fireboy shutting down Royal Albert Hall.
Shout out Fireboy.
And you've performed at different big festivals. I think you performed with someone on the O2 Arena stage, and you've been to different big places. What did that feel like, and what are you looking forward to? What should we expect from you?
Well, it feels amazing performing on big stages, especially in the UK, because obviously that's where I live and that's where I'm from. But and the O2 was crazy because it's a dream for me to headline it. So being able to see the sneak peek of opening up, I actually opened up for Ashake when he done the O2. So that was crazy to me. Like I couldn't believe it. But what's next?
Big things, yeah?
Big things.
Real things.
Big things. I don't even want to say what's next because I don't want to limit myself. But whatever God has in store for me, that's how it will play out.
Preach it!
I mean, you just got to Nigeria. Before now, we've seen the bromance with you and Nigerian artists.
Yeah.
We know that in Afrobeat is the big thing right now on the international stage. And you're here right now. So tell us about the project. What are you doing in Nigeria? I mean, it's a short stay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what are you working on?
Well, I'm about to finish my first project, and I think I'm about 70% there. So I'm just out here to work. And obviously, I came here because on my stats, when we look at my stats, the third most listened to place that listen to my music is Nigeria. So it was only right for me to come. It's America, UK, and Nigeria.
Nice.
I've been to America. I live in the UK, so I have to come here. You know.
So this is home for you as well.
Yeah.
All right, so give us your social media handles where people can reach out to you.
You guys can find me at Leo Stay True, LeoStayTrill, Leo Stay True.
Nice. It was good to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it, bro.
I told him like we're like Power Rangers. You know? Yeah. The Blue Ranger. I'm the Red Ranger. Ladies and gentlemen, Leo Stay True in the building. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
for coming.
The very best of your stay here in Nigeria, and definitely we're waiting to see you on bigger stages worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with another guest. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Don't care where the X are.
Joining us right about now is a fast emerging artist in the Nigerian music scene who has gained attention this year particularly for his debut single titled Arike. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make a welcome to the show. Come Great to have you here.
Man, thank you guys for having me, man. I know.
So, Debo, you say that you're short. You're always saying King OJ is short, but you're looking up to someone. It's not the angle of the... Move close to him. Stand beside him.
No.
Oh.
Let's stay where you are.
All right, it's really lovely to have you here.
Yeah, man.
Your song, Arike, has been trending. Like, everywhere I go, I'm just hearing Arike. To the extent that sometimes I just wake up and start humming the song. I'm like, what did you use to cook this song? Please tell us about your journey. Let's start with your musical journey. How did music start for you first?
It's the normal cliche story for almost every artist, starting from the church, yeah. But I discovered music in solitude for me. I mean, you can tell from the way the music sounds, yeah. You can tell that you can tell that there's a level of intentionality in the, in the writing and also in the recording. But yeah, I picked up music in 2019 and I was more of a songwriter. But now, like, the guys that made Arike just advised me to start making my shit. And yeah, Arike is the first song I recorded.
Amazing.
Wow.
I mean, you just mentioned that you picked music in solitude, and 2019 was the year that COVID actually started.
No, it was the next year.
It was the next
2020.
year.
Yeah. So that was more time.
Yeah.
More time in my comfort.
I mean, and in that time we saw the rise of other sounds like Oxlade came through, slow music. Everything was slowed down. Right. Let's talk about your music, your style of music, especially. I was saying this yesterday to someone else. I said, back in the day we used to have the fast-paced songs, the rest. Now it's been slowed down and we're listening to actual good music now. So what was you said your team asked you to choose this, but what informed your style of music?
Firstly, not many people will say this, but I would say big ups to my team. From the first time I sent them the record, they knew, almost everything you see right now, they had a kind of like envisioned from at the time I sent them the song. So what inspires my music, what inspires the sound, it's just me trying to create, or just tell my story in a way, Like I said, it's just the level of intentionality. You can tell that this nigga is actually taking his time crafting this sound. So yeah, you can tell.
Okay. So now let's talk about the song Arike.
Itself,
Yes, the TikTok challenges and everything. When you saw the song blow up like that, and it was everywhere. How did you feel?
I was in a camp. I was recording somewhere in Ekate, and we had only posted with like 200 followers or so. Yeah, and then the video went live. I went back inside, checked TikTok. I saw 1,000 videos.
Ooh.
People are doing it. I'm like, what? And I think the next week you had like 100,000 videos. It's just great timing, smart timing from my team, and I just thank God, to be honest.
Nice, because it wasn't just on TikTok, it was on Snapchat, Instagram. Everybody was
everywhere.
using it.
MTN.
Amazing. I want to ask you, what does your DMs look like right now? Who are the people?
Everybody wants a love song.
What was the one DM you got and you're like, no, this can't be?
You see, for me, I mean, it's crazy there, yeah. But like for me, the DMs that I'm, more interested in, are like DMs that people tell me their stories and how the song is probably helping them like in very, very difficult times. Those are like the DMs I reply to. I take a screenshot and I'm just like, because that was the goal. That's one thing I told God. I'm like, if this song can make someone cry, this song can, can just create, create like, exactly. I'm okay.
Talking about the emotional connection to the song, what was your own emotional connection to the song? What's the story? Was there an Arike in your life that informed this song, that inspired the song?
Maybe not.
That's big. No. You have to be real with her.
maybe not. Maybe. But I mean, it's if you check my debut project, which dropped like I think a month after Arike, you can hear the full story. You can tell what exactly really happened. Arike is just a part of the story. But like I say, Arike is a very special record for me. Like I told you, it's the first song I recorded as an artist, So yeah, I'm just thankful that it's doing what it's doing right now.
Okay, so apart from Arike, what else do you have in the works? Because you dropped a project, what else do you have in the works? Any music videos, anything to look forward to?
Yeah, I dropped my debut project before it became Strangers. It's out on all platforms. You can check that out. We also put out the official video to Arike a week ago. I think it's the #1 trending video right now. Thank God.
You talked about your studio.
Yes.
What was that story like? I know it was touching to you, but tell us about it.
It was terrible, to be honest. We had just finished mixing the record, and immediately we left. We left with all the equipment there. We didn't take nothing. I just got back home, and they just told me they sent the news to my manager, and they just let me know that the whole thing is gone, and it was just very sad, to be honest.
How about your project?
My project, everything was boom.
So you had to record all over again?
No. We had already sent the stems to the engineer.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
It would have been. But I mean,
did you write a song about it?
Yes.
We're waiting for the song.
Yes.
So if you weren't doing music, what else would you be doing?
That's a good question. I don't play basketball.
Because of his height, that's too cliche.
Too cliche. I mean, there's a lot, to be very honest. I game a lot, to be honest. But if I wasn't doing music, I'd probably be a pastor.
No.
Pastor Kumi, so what would your ministry be called?
We drink a lot in the house with what the ministry will be called. But please, let me respect the church.
So you have a lot of fans. Give your social media handles to those who do not contact you.
It's the same on all social platforms. On Instagram, Kumi Official. Same Twitter, TikTok. Same. Snapchat too. Kumi Official. Everywhere.
Nice. It's good to have you on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And as you guys saw on Happiness is Free, happiness is indeed free.
That's OJ's uncle, by the way.
OJ's uncle, really?
Yeah.
Or your joint uncle, that's the uncle.
OJ's uncle, actually.
Happiness is free, guys. And wait, funny enough, I'm thinking of this. If you guys have like interesting videos that we can use for Happiness is Free, that will be another way to connect with you. You can send it to us at eSplash_TVC. And if it makes the cut, you see yourself on TV dancing. This is where we draw the curtain, as that's all we can take on eSplash on TVC this week. Yes, it's been the Holy Week, and J-Paul was in the building today, Good Friday. We had Kumi, and we have myself, Lady Cat Harriel Hatness, signing out. Until we come your way again on Monday, bye for now. Happy holidays.